Okay, our next award is the St. John Baptist de La Salle winner. And the winner is Raina León, who's an MFA of 16. Raina is an associate professor of education at the Kalmanovitz School of Education. She came to St. Mary's from the Department of Defense Education activity, where for 3 years she taught military dependents in Bamberg, Germany. Raina received her BA in journalism from Pennsylvania State, MA in teaching of English from Teachers College, Columbia University, MA in educational leadership from Farmington State University, and PhD in education under their culture, curriculum, and change strand at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Take that. All right, she recently completed her MFA in poetry at St. Mary's. A Kawi Kana Graduate Fellow, Canto Mundo Fellow, and member of the Carolina African American Writers Collective, Raina has been published in numerous journals as a writer of poetry, fiction, and nonfiction. Her first collection of poetry, Canticle of Idols, was a finalist for both the Kawi Kana First Book Poetry Prize and the Andres Montoya Poetry Prize. Her second book, Boogeyman Dawn, was a finalist for the Naomi Long Magid Prize. Her research interests include high school engagement and the teaching of poetry, critical pedagogy, I knew I was going to mess that one up, critical literacy in the high school classroom, and educational technology usage amongst high school educators. She also is a founding editor of the Acentos Review, an online quarterly international journal devoted to the promotion of publication of LatinX artists. Raina embodies the LaSallian spirit in all of its principles here in the classroom. She routinely meets with all of her students outside of class, demonstrates her concern for historically oppressed communities through her curriculum and pedagogy while maintaining a community of care and inclusiveness.
Passion of mine, I identify as an educator and a poet. Truly, those are my vocations in life. And so for me to actually be able to do some formal study as a poet was really exciting. And I think that all educators should be lifelong learners, right? We cannot be static. The worlds are changing, and how can we educate others if we are not ourselves in touch with what is changing within the world? So when I think about LaSallian principles and LaSallian, what it means to be a LaSallian educator, I think of that passion which one must be dedicated to do to reignite every day. We're on a journey together. So I try to upset hierarchy as much as possible. I really believe that we all have knowledge to bring into the conversation. Yes, I got a PhD and I got an MFA and I got a whole bunch of graduate degrees. But that doesn't mean that I have all the knowledge, right? Or that my knowledge is better than someone else's. So I try and create spaces where we really are sitting at the same table and engaging in the same ideas and bringing the fullness of our insights together. So, it is an honor to be with you all today. I'm sorry that I can't be there in person. I am with students as part of a Jan term class in Kenya, and my students and I will be writing alongside Kenyan women and children. When I first got the call about this award, I was shocked, speechless. I'm not often speechless, actually, and was just amazed that I had been considered for such a great honor. I owe a great deal to the brothers, and so to be identified as an award recipient in the name of the founder is incredible to me. I went to a LaSallian high school, and now I teach here, which is a great, great joy and privilege, one that I try to be committed to and grow into every day as I work in the School of Education trying to prepare future teachers. I hope there are some future teachers out there who will consider coming to our program. I have to thank my husband, who will be one of the people receiving the award for me, who is my life partner and has been so supportive in all that I do. As a professor here, recently I graduated from the MFA program, and that was hard. It was definitely hard to be both, full-time both. And my husband was an incredible support. So I'm very thankful for him. And the other person who'll be supporting, representing me and receiving the award on my behalf is Dr. Cliff Lee, who is an incredible partner in the single subject program. We co-teach together, we co-plan together, we make change within our program and as part of the visioning for what we will do in the future. And I am indebted and totally in awe of all that he brings every day to the program, as well as my other colleagues within that program. Dr. Gemma Neerman, Dr. Jerry Brunetti, Dr. Joan Peterson, Dr. David Kraft, as well as Chris Junse, who is our placement coordinator, and Cindy Paul, who is the empress of everything in our program. It's an honor to be with you. I'm very thankful and committed to working more into the future, trying to remember always that we are in the presence of God in the classroom and out of it, and what that means for us as educators, what that means for us in this work, in this room, on this campus, how we can be dedicated to the learning process and the support of our students. So, really a pleasure, an honor to be with you. Thank you again to those who thought of me, the Alumni Association. Thank you.